We got breaking news. JC Penney is launching a Bob Mackie collection or collaboration with Bob Mackie, and they say Bob Mackie Collection to bring red carpet glamour to all. So all of a sudden, even us mere mortal peasants can afford a little bit of Bob Mackie glamour because we can get it at a fraction of the cost that Cher would have got it from, right? Bob Mackie. Back in the day, we get to purchase it at JC Penney, where every woman can be an icon. Oh, they're not doing any collection for men? Introducing Mackie, Bob Mackie. Isn't that amazing? So there's several articles online, including one on Yahoo Finance that says, JCPenney is turning up the sparkle this fall with an exclusive limited time collection from legendary designer brand Bob Mackie. By the way, I'm not sponsored by JCPenney, nor am I sponsored by Bob Mackie. First of all. Second of all, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything is alleged and just my opinion, okay? Now available at select stores and JCPenney.com, the line debuts built on the idea that every woman can be an icon. The Mackie Bob Mackie collection captures signature Hollywood glamour at accessible prices, making show-stopping fashion available to everyone. What? Hold on. Yeah? We got breaking news again! Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Well, you guys, we just got breaking news into the fashion bunker. Fashion designer Bob Mackie sues JCPenney over Mackie apparel line. This is unprecedented. This is the first time ever in fashion history that a collection is launching and a collection is being sued, baby. Wow. You heard it here first, y'all. Y'all, oh my God, what is going on? So Bob Mackie allegedly says the retailer tied launch to Taylor Swift album. What? Okay. Mackie says apparel line could tarnish the Goodwill legacy. JCPenney's not available for comment. Mackie sues also namesake group. It calls claims baseless. So New York, October 30th, Bob Mackie, the fashion designer and customer who has outfitted celebrities like Cher, Carol Burnett, Elton John, and Taylor Swift, has sued JCPenney for allegedly using his name, signature, and likeness without permission to sell apparel. Wow. In a complaint filed on Wednesday night in Manhattan Federal Court, the 85-year-old Mackie said he was astonished when JCPenney launched its Mackie Bob Mackie collection, though he had no direct involvement. How does something like this even happen? How can you, if you own your own name, because some people sell their name, you know, so you might not own your name, but let's say he owns his own name and like JCPenney is like claiming they have a Bob Mackie collaboration. He's like, I know nothing of this. How does this even happen? Who in Bob Mackie's team approved this without Bob Mackie knowing? Like, I have questions. I have a lot of questions, but also, like, all the legal and moral questions aside, which are a few, okay, you know, my biggest question is this. For us mere mortals, where can we get the collection? No, I know at JCPenney's, but listen, Linda. if he's suing, does this mean that JCPenney is going to take the collection offline immediately? Is this collection going to become one of those rare collections where like it was in stores for just a few days, and if you were lucky enough to snatch an item, now it has become super rare because they're going to take away from the shelves all of the other items? You know what I mean? Like, is this going to be one of those like, oh my God moments where if you were so lucky enough to get one of these items before they were gone, now it's worth like a pretty penny? I don't know. I'm just thinking. The lawsuit was just filed, you guys. So run to JCPenney and see if you can snatch a little Bob Mackie before, well, on one end, that's what I would do. On the other end, if Bob Mackie had no idea that this collaboration was even happening, then that means that technically Bob Mackie didn't design or oversee the design of any of these pieces. So then what does that mean? That these pieces are not Bob Mackie? Because I love Bob Mackie's design. But if he had absolutely nothing to do with this, then it's probably trash. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's a couple of like pros and cons here. We can weigh out stuff, because you could also say that whoever approved this also approved the designer team to go into the archives of Bob Mackie and create stuff, you know, inspired by the archives. You know what I mean? It could be Bob Mackie-esque if it's done right, even without his contribution. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things to ponder here, definitely, regardless of whether or not the collection is Bob Mackie-esque or not, if he designed it or not, if it's taken from the archives or not. The mere fact that there's a lawsuit being filed now means I would go to JCPenney and I would have a little look. And if there's a little satin that I like, I would buy it now before they take it offline. Natalie Gorgeous in the live stream says, in the chat says, I just checked. The collection is still live. Debbie says in the chat's good-sized collection. And Debbie says they also have plus sizes available for the ladies. And Stephanie M says it could be based on archival designs. Oh, Natalie says, I just looked and the designs are not it. This is bad, says Akulu. But look, how about a little baglet, a little accessory, a little something. I mean, I'm not expecting to get the quality and the level of the outfits that he made for Cher, quite frankly. It's also very theatrical. I don't think JCPenney could sell that. But, you know, a little color, a little something, a little, you know, a little baglet, a little, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Madison says, quality is meh. The dresses are meh. Aw. SR says, a little something, though. A little, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Oh, Natalie says, yeah, it seems to be only dresses from what I can see, but the cuts are off. I don't know. Mackie's former business partner allegedly approved this deal, says Stephanie M. Mackie is also suing the former business partner. You guys, I love me a good late in the year telenovela with Bob Mackie. This is such a scandal. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I wish that they can have cameras in court. Like if they all go to court, are they going to be dressed fabulously? Could you imagine Bob Mackie entering the courtroom dressed in a Cher outfit? He would never. You never know. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below and thumb up the video. Subscribe. Let's get to 100K and let's see how this story progresses. I'm really, really curious to know how it goes on. Do you want me to report about this in the future? Let me know down below. Love you loads. Bye.